Thank you for taking some time for yourself. And if you can close your eyes and utilize gravity now. Heavy body, heavy breath. Perfect. And I'm curious if you can begin to focus on your chest expanding. And I don't know if you'll notice the back, side or front expand as you expand into relaxation. Aware of the sound of your breath. Comfort of the chair. Supporting you to relax. And you can stretch out your arms and legs until you discover comfort at the right level for you. And I don't know the last time you got to leave life's demands out there. To be here. And at the start of each hypnosis session, I really don't know what clients are capable of. Or whether they will participate. And I'm very aware that some people older than you, some younger than you, older or wiser, so many people from so many different backgrounds. And maybe you've seen it in public figures where they don't seem to learn or grow, and they don't. But you right now have lowered your heart rate, blood pressure, slowed down your breathing without me asking that of you. Thank you for being here. You make the world a better place. Just by being in it. And some people have great opportunities to grow and try new things. And I once knew an Australian couple that were living in London, but they were so embarrassed about how they met each other. They would tell people they met saving whales after the tsunami in Thailand over a decade ago. Because when this Australian couple were living in culturally diverse London, with the opportunity to experience different types of music, electric punk music, with men wearing lycra leotards, or school disco music, adults dressed in school uniforms, underground gothic punk music. So many different opportunities we just don't have here in Australia. But this couple met at a hotel that's now closed, a pub in London known as the Red Bat. And I don't know if you ever made it to the Red Bat. It only played Australian music, sold Australian beer, and Australian food. And sometimes you can be presented with so many opportunities, but I just never know if my clients will take them. And here you are, taking a hypnotic opportunity now. And it takes a special kind of optimism that says people can learn, people can be more than they can be. And I don't know if you've ever tried to learn surfing, but there is a moment when you can decide internally that even if you were to drift out to sea, you still have something you can hold on to. And you can never let go of how you feel. And you can hold on at the same time. And somehow your body in space is existing right now. And if you created a vacuum strong enough. The trillions of atoms that make you could fit within the size of a head of a nail. But somehow you feel the space of your breath. Your energy, your wisdom, existing in existence, and how well you feel the space of your breath, your energy, your wisdom, existing in existence. That's how well you feel the space. And in the past, you've been feeling depressed. And in 2017, you may or may not know, the World Health Organization reported depression was the leading cause of illness and disability. 18% of the world's population. But now, post-COVID, it is believed that has increased by a factor of 2 or maybe 3. And the good news is about depression is it's different for everyone. And the solutions are different for everyone. But there is a process to it. And it's got nothing to do with you. It's how you've been going about it. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a few stories. And at first, you might think, why am I sharing with you these stories? But your subconscious mind will be listening and do something wonderful for you. A little later on. And it reminds me of Milton Erickson's client who hated Phoenix. In fact, she hated Phoenix so much that when she was invited for day trips over here or over there, she would decline because she just preferred to stay at home and hate Phoenix. And that says a lot about someone, how they do that. And her therapist, Erickson, told her to get really curious about that. And so she got really curious and realized she didn't actually hate Phoenix. And it reminds me of target shooting when the United States beat Russia. Again, Erickson was their coach. The USA team were able to hit the target, the bullseye, so easily. First time, second time, third time, 19th time, 23rd time. But what would actually happen was a feeling of pressure building, the risk increasing of missing. And Erickson would remind them about counting. Because there's 2 minutes here, 1 minute there, 2 minutes, 1 second, 1 minute, 2 seconds. You can lose count, can't you? And that's how the United States beat Russia in target shooting, by forgetting about the past. And studies have found there are great people out there trying to improve the psychological support given to ICU patients. And in the feasibility of behavioural intervention to reduce psychological distress in mechanically ventilated patients. What research had found was at the time of the study, 1/3 to 1/2 of the patients would manifest symptoms of anxiety, depression and PTSD, but not then and there. This would occur 6 to 12 months post-discharge. And this is because fear kicks in when you're thrown in to that sort of situation. And that's when the mind can create poor memories. But if the patients are spoken to with care They are told they are safe. They will recover, normalizing their experience. Because in altered states, people tend to accept suggestions without critical appraisal. And these patients in the study were told they were safe. That there are noises in the ICU environment that they will hear, but they are the doctor's signals to maintain an optimum environment. And the patients were told they were in an important role as a team member in that particular care environment. Active level of participation. And when leaving the ICU, a debriefing was performed with a therapeutic touch, holding the patient's hand if appropriate. And the study was promising as it lowered patients' anxiety. And it's unfortunate, regardless of people's views on the pandemic, there are those that recovered from COVID and those that haven't recovered from COVID like everyone else, that are still suffering from symptoms. But I'm guessing as a small child, you might have noticed lots of us learn about our bodies, playing doctors and nurses. And it reminds me of the board game Operation. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was a battery-operated game invented in 1964. There was a human patient with holes all over their body. And you would use tweezers to put body organs in the cut-out holes of the patient's body. And if you touch the edge of these cut-out holes, when carefully, gently, slowly lowering the organs into the patient, if you touch the edge of the cutout, a red light on the patient's nose would light up. And there's so much fun and curiosity learning as a child through a child's eyes of possibility. Just like when you think of something funny, you can smile. And if you think of something embarrassing, you can blush. And studies by Vittorio Benassi in 1918 found that subjects had respiratory profiles of emotion. You can measure emotions like hope, happiness, and despair. By how someone is breathing. And just like your heart beating now, in between the heartbeats is a wonderful Morse code. And in between each heartbeat, your body sends messages to the body and brain to regulate things that we don't have to consciously think about. Blinking, breathing. But your heart has a unique ability compared to the brain. It has its own electromagnetic field, a much stronger field than your brain, that you have the ability to influence by thinking nice thoughts, feelings. And in a moment, I want to invite you now to imagine it's pre-COVID, knowing what you know now. I wonder what are all the nice things you would say to yourself. All of the things that might not have been said at the start of your journey. Going back and altering the past. And I really don't know how caring you'll be, or all the nice things you will say to yourself. About all the different stages, traveling through time. But before you discharge yourself, I wonder what all the therapeutic messages will be. Reassurances you might give to yourself. as you build on this feeling. Arms and legs, sensations in your heart, mind, body. And while you're here, the recommendations you might choose to give, like when you go home, watch some funny movies. Remember to laugh more often. Listen to some inspiring music. And isn't it wonderful to know 10 years from now just how easy it was to time travel? One minute here, 1 minute there, losing count of the past. Your ability to respond to the opportunity of responsibility, because it does take a special kind of optimism to know you can be more than you can be. And when you've had time, take your time. No extra points for being in a hurry. You can begin to reorient yourself back to your external world. Wriggling fingers and toes. A few energetic breaths. Stretch out and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.